Marshall at the Wellness Radio TV and at the Wellness Radio TV podcast. Hope you're having a great moment. Do you remember when we used to know everybody's phone number by heart? You know, I still know my parents' phone number, but they're dead, so it doesn't matter. But think about how little we are even trying to memorize today. We possess one of the most powerful tools right here, the brain. Do you know the brain has the capacity of memorizing 10 billion encyclopedia pages? That's what the capacity of the brain is. I heard someone doing a lecture once and they said that we use about 7% of what our cell phones are capable of. Only 7%. And we use less than 1% of what the brain is capable of. Is that not amazing? One of the problems is that there's such an effort to get us not to think. That's why propaganda is so effective, and it has been so effective throughout the ages, regardless to what it is that you are being encouraged to do. Propaganda works because the repetitiveness makes you think that something is okay when it's not okay. My mother used to say there'd come a day when man think right is wrong and wrong is right. And we're in that time right now. You know, there are phrases that we have often heard, oh, he or she, mainly about women, she's such a goody two shoes, or you're trying to be perfect, or any of those negative things that make you doubt who you are or what is good to do. Um, Daddy used to say to us when we do things that were not pleasing, y'all act like you're going up Fool's Hill backwards. And if we look at what's happening today, the same thing could be said. It looks like we're going up Fool's Hill backwards. There's some concrete things that are in the word that gives us guidance about what is right and what is wrong. And we have to ask ourselves, why am I listening to the propaganda that keeps me from doing what I know is right, even though society may give a nod of okay? I remember the show that Kerry Washington was in, and I was surprised that there were so many, that there were church women who had, what was the name of that show? I can't even think of the name of the show, but she was having an affair with the president. And we're sitting around watching that. And that is feeding into your psyche that that behavior is okay. So we have to take a look at, what are the weapons of the mind? What are the weapons of the mind? If we're not careful, even as people who call themselves Christ followers, it's said that Mahatma Gandhi, no, that wasn't him. That was the Dalai Lama, said, I don't have a problem with your Christ. I have a problem with your Christians. Because so many times we call ourselves that, but are we following the mind of Christ? And if you're not sure, then the best place to find out if you are is to listen to that quiet voice. Because I don't think that we're too confused about when we're doing something that's right and when we're doing something that's wrong. We may be doing some things and we may say to ourselves, well, that's acceptable today. Well, I don't think that when we look out the window, that there are things that have changed in nature. And if things haven't changed in nature, then what God has commanded of us to do has not changed either. But we have to give an account. The song that we sang, 99 and a half won't do, or in yoga, when we say 99% right, is still 100% wrong. If there are things that are in your mind that make you think that something is right, when you know in your soul and in your spirit that it's wrong, then I would suggest that you take a look at the word. And there are scriptures that clearly say that we're not to conform of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That's it. What is perfect, what is in perfection with the will of God. As we're getting ready to go into 2022, I want you to really, because we have to give an account. I want to answer that I've told the truth, that I've shared the truth. In Proverbs, it says, the thoughts of the righteous are right, and the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. Make sure that your mind is not being deceived. Make sure that when you go before God in prayer and asking for forgiveness, that you ask God to search your mind and your heart to make sure that what you're doing is acceptable in the sight of the Lord, so that you can be free, so that you can live a whole life. And, when we're doing that, remember, when we're doing those things that are good, those things that are pure, it's not just for us. We're representing, and we want to represent the one who sent us here, the one who said, I know the plans that I have for you. And so the one who said, I know the plans that I have for you, the plans for you to prosper, don't do things that stand in the way of that prosperity. I thank you for joining us as we are getting ready for 2022, moving the emotional dirty laundry out of the way and moving the weapons that come against your mind. Your brain is the most powerful tool you have. The weapons of the mind. Stay on top of that. Stay on top of that. Be not transformed by the world, but by the renewing of your mind. A renewing of the mind that is in line with the mind of God. Thank you for joining me. I'm Pamela Marshall at the Wellness Radio TV and at the Wellness Radio TV podcast. Remember, praise is what I do, and there is healing at the well. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Make it a fantastic moment.